Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandraos Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing who is who from One Piece. So we basically want to explore to see who is who, and I had this video in my mind for a very long time. I think it's a nice opportunity to do it now because at the moment in the manga we are having a cover story with who is who. Obviously this is not a spoiler, but I'm gonna be maybe talking even up to events happening in 1146. That is the latest manga episode. So if you are not up to date with the manga, I will invite you to click here. I will recommend other One Piece videos from more the beginning of the story or before Wano, so you can catch up with other theories and other stories. Okay, who is one of my favorite pirates in the Kaido group, in the Kaido pirate group. Okay, I fancy drawing him. I like both forms, the normal form and the monster form, transforming into the saber-tooth beast. But I think I'm gonna be kind of drawing him in between. Okay, in between. I wanna do maybe one leg that is gonna be half transformed like this. The other one is kind of getting transformed maybe. Something like this, kind of his mid-transformation with the body. It doesn't need to be very chunky. I love to draw the characters very chunky in One Piece, like Beasta, for example. Beasta was my first video, I think. I'm gonna put my Beasta video here, where I talk about he's a bad guy, he is with Blackbeard, and he is gonna be the final rival for our Roronoa Zorro, with the diamond fruit from Hosu stolen. I think that is a plot twist I expect for the end of the story, and I explained very nice. Sorry for the maybe a slow pace in that video. That video has more than 1 year. It's more than 1 year old, probably almost 2 years old when I started my YouTube channel and everything, being my first video, my second video in the channel, and yeah. At the moment, I'm maybe talking a little bit more at a normal pace, relaxed as well, because this is a conversation, this is a discussion, this is not something that I want to just explain in 10 minutes and we finish. This is something that I want to go through the drawings, I want to go through the theories, and enjoy my time while I'm doing here, while I'm doing this, okay? So, let's do who is who. Basically, I want to do some, let's see, the head is going to be here, kind of doing some initial lines for the sketch. He has the horns, because who is who, even if he looks like a human, even if we think that in Wano most of the characters with horns are faking it just to be in the group, in the Kaido's group, because he's a Oni. He's not a pure human or anything like that. I would say with who is who, I thought at the beginning, because the mask that he's wearing, he was a human, but there is a drawing from a SBS where Oda is drawing some of the Tobiropo members when they were kids, and we see who is who looking very similar to Killer when he's a kid, and with horns. So we know 100% sure that he is not a human, okay? He's not a human. I want to do the design, as I said, a little bit different, a little bit maybe scary or something like that. Like, I imagine myself being in Onigashima in the middle of the battle and encountering who is who in mid-transformation or recently transformed. You have a heart attack, because this guy, in his normal state, in his, let's say, humanoid form, he is massive. He is one of those guys like Doflamingo, that they are very tall, very big, and he looks like a human, okay? But imagine him transforming, he must be ginormous, okay? So let's do the mouth. Who is who, as I said, is a Kaido pirate, He is a member of the Tobiropo. Tobiropo are 6 pirates that they are basically the top of Kaido's forces, apart from the All-Stars. Those are Jack, Queen, and King. Then we have Kaido, those 3 guys, and then these 6 Tobiropo guys. There is Ulti, Page One, X-Drake, Black Maria, Sasaki, and our Who is Who. Okay, and that makes him one of the strongest characters in Kaido saga, in Kaido group, and in the whole One Piece, because we need to think that as we go evolving and we go into the story more and more, reaching the end, all the characters that are coming out are more and more strong, you know. So let's do the teeth. This is a character, because in this group all of them have some sort of prehistoric fruits, okay, like dinosaurs fruits, and you know, ancient animals like mammoth with Jack and everything, with pterodactyl, with different types of dinosaurs across the whole group. But Who is Who is a Sabertooth, okay? It's a massive cat, basically. And we see this theme of cats with his crew within the Kaido's group. He has his mini crew, and those were people that they were with him before joining Kaido as well, when he was a normal pirate. I will explain a little bit all the story with Who is Who, because he has a lot of things going on with him, and he has a lot of interesting points, very important for the story, and he was the one introducing the concept of Nika as well in the story, more in detail in the Kaido saga, okay? So let's do, this is gonna be the kind of neck design like this, and then we wanna do his clothes. I love the style of this guy, very kind of Japanese mafia type of. The whole concept of Kaido saga is a little bit of that, like maybe you know, Japanese mafia with these guys with the suits, with the tattoos and everything. Very interesting, very nice, very nicely cartoonized in the story and represented in the story, how they will have these kind of areas as well that they control within the Onigashima area, and kind of territories. That is very nice, very cool. And let's do, this is gonna be the black shirt that he's wearing underneath the suit. The suit is gonna be red, okay, but we need to define more or less the size that we wanna make him, the size that we wanna draw for him, okay. This is a Rob Rucci character from the past. This guy was a CP9 member. I'm gonna put the Rob Rucci video here and the Swan Fruit Awakening, but because it's the most watched video in the channel, one of my favorite theories in the channel, and something that I'm waiting for the moment for this to happen, where the fruit takes over the person, okay, and it gets transformed into a impel down jailer type of character, being a numb and all controlled character, okay. I don't think this is nothing connected with Who is Who, but Who is Who was supposed to be the Rob Rucci like 13, 14, 15 years ago when he was CP9 member, okay. Let's do the belt. All these details are gonna be purple. His colors are red and purple and pinkish, and these colors work very well together, very nice together. Let's do, now this is gonna be his animalistic type of feet like this, okay, and obviously it's gonna be red like this. This is more pinky red. I have a stronger red here that I'm gonna use more to define everything, and there is another one that is red here as well that we can use for some details, okay. Like this. Let me see that we are in the center. Yeah, we are kind of in the middle. That's good. That's good. Who is Who has a massive mane like a lion, but he's not a lion, okay? He is saber-tooth, as we said before. These kind of fruits that we see in Kaido's group with the prehistoric theme, let's say, were provided in theory. It hasn't been confirmed 100%, but Oda has given us hints of this. These kind of fruits were provided by Hanafuda. Hanafuda is Ulti and Page One's father, and he was a member of the Shichibukai some time ago, and he is the member of the Shichibukai that Ace defeated, okay? He was defeated originally by Kaidou, and he kind of praised and admired his strength, and he decided to, okay, my hobby is to collect prehistoric fruits. I'm gonna be collecting prehistoric fruits for you. And he started giving him fruits and everything. And how I admire you so much, I will give you my kids so you can train them and be under your umbrella, okay? And on his way to recovering, to kind of see his kids, he was destroyed, he was defeated, and he was killed in there. I think he's killed, confirmed. So we see this kind of character, and I wanna do a video about him specifically, talking about his path, talking about all of these things in detail, because it is connected to the main reason of Kaido being so powerful, okay? And for me, I find it very interesting, and I think you can find it interesting as well if we discuss it here in the channel, okay? Let's do the other. Maybe he just transformed, maybe. I'm gonna make it like here. Just transformed. Like Jabura, I like this kind of bodies, that they are very bulky. Who is who? It's gonna be the chest, it's gonna be here like this. And then we will do it. We will do the tattoo directly in purple, okay? Because I don't want to do it now and then have to cover it with another color or anything like that, okay? Big tail, the big arms as well here. Something like this, maybe. Okay, very nice. We go into Wano, we start introducing the Tobiropo, the All-Stars, all the characters, super cool characters, super strong guys, and there is a inside plot with who is who. There is a lot of suspicion. I'm always kind of thinking, oh, who is who, maybe a betrayer there, maybe a traitor there. All the time he has this kind of aura of bad guy. It is said a couple of times that Sasaki, one of the Tobiropo, and this guy are basically the troublemakers there in that group of guys, and what we see is the other way around. Who is who seems to be very loyal to Kaido, and he even reveals that there is some sort of infiltration from a certain pirate that is as well within the Tobiropo, and this is X-Drake, okay? I have a nice, very, very nice video that I love about X-Drake that I'm gonna put here. I love X-Drake as well, because the fruit, because the acting, because the double agent concept, and it is very interesting, and I would have want to see more of these two guys interacting, because for me they are pretty similar in concept design and the bulkiness of the transformations and everything, but I'm happy with the story, with who is who, how it went, okay, and how it's going actually still in the present, okay. So let's do this so I can basically talk while we will do. This is like this. Maybe a little bit more open, can do like this, and like this, and like this. Yeah, I think I like it more like this, like a bit more open, so we can see a little bit of the tail coming like this, okay, here at the back. Okay, it needs to be very, very bulky, so we need to do the body here as well, like this. We will see to the lines to define everything when we do the other side with the lines here, okay. There is a very important fight with who is who, okay? In Onigashima, when everything is already getting destroyed, when we are in flames, because, you know, Kanjuro and all these things. And who is who basically encounters Jinbei. Jinbei is running, is going to the rooftop as well, and he is stopped by this guy and his crew. They start fighting, they start arguing, they start conversing. Jinbei has no clue what he's talking about. He has no idea what's happening. He has no idea why he is so frustrated with Jinbei. He is basically says, I've been waiting for you. Basically, he's explaining how when he was in prison, he started, well, he kind of clinged to hope of escaping and seeing or encountering a savior, a god called the sun god Nika. This was a god of liberation, a god of the slaves, a god of freedom. And he starts telling all these kind of tales to Jinbei. Jinbei is like, okay, whatever, I don't know why you're telling me these things. I don't know why you are against me or you wanted to fight me because of these things. I have nothing to do with this. I don't know, I don't understand what you're talking about. And basically, he goes more into the story. We start learning more about Nika through who is who. That is a little bit weird, because he, until this point, he's a random character. There is a guard, when he is in prison, that he tells who is who stories about Nika and stories about the mysticism about this character, okay, around this character. And so he clings to hope through this guy. This guard, from one day to another disappears, and is never explained, but somehow who is who manages to escape from prison. This prison cannot be Impel Down, because Impel Down we have this kind of very strict control of people inside, and because the Strong World movie and Shiki, we had no one escaping from Impel Down apart from Shiki, but that was for the movie. And that was because all the story with Roger and Garp and all these things that were happening there. But until Luffy and Buggy, orchestrate this kind of massive destroy of Impel Down, and many people escapes, and then Blackbeard, the story and everything happens in there. No one apart from Shiki had ever escaped Impel Down. So when Who is Who was captured, it should have been somewhere else. It could have even been in Marijoa, because he's talking a lot about the slaves. I don't think this has been explained. If I'm mistaken here and you find a bit of text or a bit of interview or a bit of SBS where Oda is actually explaining this and talking about the location where Who is Who was locked, it will be very nice if you can put it down below in the show more section, okay? Because I want to learn more. I'm more interested when I'm reading a story or watching a movie or watching a saga. The thing that interests me regarding the whole story is the lore. What is happening, where are they going, from where are they coming, why are they doing these things. So all the questions that you may have about a character, even if it is secondary character, those are the things that for me are the most important, and for me those are the things that Oda is doing constantly in One Piece, and he's teaching us about the world and teaching us about the character. And with Who is Who, this is something that is predominant in his character, okay? So in this conversation with Jinbei, he ends up saying, I am telling you all of this, even if you don't understand, because you were a son pirate, and you were a member, even a captain at some point, of a crew full of slaves, and the history of the Gyojin is the history of slavery. And I talk about this in many of my videos, that Oda touches all the time very controversial topics and very real life topics like slavery, like discrimination, and the different classes, and infinite other topics, okay? So This is true because we have seen Jinbei's past, we have seen Arlong's past, we have seen Fisher Tiger's story, we have seen the connection with the Tenryubitos, and then what he goes into is like, yeah, this is good for who is who, it's a connection, someone who can give information, but he has no clue about anything. And on top of that, this hatred that he has, it is kind of tinted with some sort of past that he's not trying to reveal yet. He's kind of talking about Nika, talking about this, talking about that, but he's not revealing what is driving him to hate in this way Jinbei. Until he says that, okay, it's not that I hate you, it's that I hate your Captain Luffy, Mugiwara no Luffy, because he had the Gomu Gomu, and he's like, and what that has to do with you, what that has to do with Nika, what has to do with me as Jinbei, as Gyojin, and all the story of the reverie that we are telling me. And actually, that fruit is the fruit that I was carrying 13 years ago. He says, I was member of the CP9 13 years ago, 15 years ago, and I was tasked with moving the fruit from point A to point B, and on the way, Shanks' crew attacked me, okay, destroyed us, we were fighting, and in a moment, with a small mistake that I had, Lucky Roo, because I think it's Lucky Roo, managed to take the fruit, okay, take the fruit from them, and then they disappeared. So that was the reason why after this, who is who was hunted by the government, in prison by the government, and he had all this trauma behind. Okay, so let's do this side as well. There, 1 second. I'm talking about the story, and I forget about drawing, and we want to draw this. Like this, and then we do as well the nails there, the claws of this beast, this massive and crazy beast. So basically he didn't have a problem with Jinbei, but he wanted to blame Jinbei because what happened with Shanks 13 years ago. He wanted to blame Luffy for what happened 13 years ago because Luffy ended up eating the fruit. That was, destiny or chance or providence, call it however you want. That happened how it happened, and you can be upset with whoever you want to be upset, but it's not Jinbei's fault, it's not Luffy's fault, it's not even Shanks' fault. This is the world of pirates. You were world government, an enemy of the pirates, and you fought and you lost, and that's it. So there is a lot of storyline going through all of these things. Basically, this is something interesting for the development of the character, okay, and something that I love, something that for me is giving juice to the story, is giving juice to the character, and it is something that I want to see how he gets into this development in the story, okay. Let's do the hair. We are making a very nice who is who here. We need to define the chest in a moment. I want to do the hair like this. This is gonna be the jacket like this. Okay, I want to know your opinion about who is who. I want to know your opinion about the Soan fruits. If you know the story, I guess if you are watching this video, is because you already have an idea of who is who. You watched already Wano, and you know more or less as many things as I do. But I want to know, what do you think about this behavior, and if there is a reason to blame or a kind of hatred, founded hatred towards Shanks and towards the crew because all the things that happened. I like to think that all of these aspects of the story, when you become a pirate like this, you should understand that this is a pirate world, and you can't be playing around, and this is something that Shanks does all the time. I guess that's why he is top tier, and even more top tier than this guy, and he became one of the strongest, one of the Jonkos, because he had no middle points. Let's say he has his opinion and he's gonna fight for his opinion and basically find his own justice, like Dragon and everyone they are trying to do, like Aokichi at the moment as well is trying to do. I'm gonna go into 0.2 at the moment because I wanna do the design for the line work now. Okay, so let's do the side of the head like this, the mask with the horns. It is said that the Zoan are the most vicious type of fruit because the animalistic sense of them, okay? Because the animal is always kind of trying to take over. With the theory I have about Rucci, I kind of explain how we need to see how a fruit is taking over a body, and I need to see that in someone like Rob Rucci, okay? That character that it is now, after Eket and everything, being defeated again, and not being able to achieve his goal, even if he's very cool, he needs to pay the price for that failure, for that mistake, for that inability to just kill Vegapunk and capture Nico Robin and Luffy and everyone, and him, because of him and because of Kaku and because of the failure from Saturn, they lost that fight. So I talk in that theory about how the punishment could be that he goes so out of himself in fury that he lets or he allows unconsciously to the fruit to take over, and he becomes this kind of impel down guy. The jailers there, that they have basically no human personality anymore. They have been consumed by the fruit. Who is Who can be another of these guys that we could see that, but to be honest, after seeing the latest cover story that we are seeing with him, like he's trying to, obviously spoilers from the latest cover story, spoilers up to 1146 manga that I'm gonna be talking now, but as I'm saying, with this, we see how he's kind of trying to make his own empire in Wano. There is people, there are girls that are disappearing. There is Minamoto, the carpenter, the famous carpenter in Wano, disappeared as well. No one knows where are they. We only know that someone is basically kidnapping them, and we learn that. Following Yamato's cover story, we learn that this person, because the design of the shrine and the people in the shrine that we see when we arrive here, that is who, until it is revealed with a kind of a very kind of lord type of Japanese lord concept of guy that he's in the middle, surrounded with girls, like Orochi was, like Kaido was, surrounded as well with his crew members, all of these cats, and we see him being the bad guy. I kind of have this. I have this kind of propaganda, let's say, where I'm thinking all the time and kind of trying to push this idea of, wait a minute, maybe who is who now is gonna be good and is gonna help us a little bit, or is gonna help Yamato a little bit. But we have seen that that is not true. I am happy when I guess a theory and when I kind of I'm correct with a theory, and I am happiest when I am not, because that means that Oda is giving me more information, is kind of showing me how they do things in One Piece, and I love it as well. So who is who seems to be confirmed, continues to be a bad guy. He is basically, let's do the shape here so I don't lose the shape for this, yeah, okay. So he is basically, he has been basically kidnapping these people. Yamato arrives with Tama. they rampage into the shrine, destroy everything, save everyone, but we do not see up to 1146. We do not see who is who, so he may be escaped. Okay, I wanna think he is not dead. I don't think Yamato would kill anyone just for the sake of killing, even if he's a bad guy. I think all the characters that we see in the mini stories, and I explained this 1,000 times here in the channel, we end up seeing them again in the main story. I think Who is Who may see with his own eyes Nika in his final stages. I don't know how he may end up in Elbaf or in Marejua again, captured by the Marines, and he will see this Nika concept because he was the one introducing the Nika concept, even if he already may have seen Nika at the end of his fight while Luffy was fighting Kaido on the rooftop and everything. I think we need to see a image where he can see with his own eyes, be mesmerized, looking at Nika, saying, "You existed, Nika. I believed in you." Because I think his story is a story of not redemption, but hope. Something that he is gonna see. He's gonna see Luffy, and he's gonna acknowledge that his hope was real, and he's gonna be happy, some sort of happy. I know it's very weird, and I know we don't need it, but Oda is kind of so going now into the Nika story full on that I expect some characters that have mentioned Nika or mentioned concepts of slavery to kind of be present there. We in 1146 in the latest episode we see that, and we suspected this for a very long time. Ulti and Page 1, two of the Tobiropo, the two guys that were as well captured by Who is Who. That Who is Who in theory was inferior in power. I don't know how he managed to capture them, but we see them now wanting to be retainers of Yamato. They are gonna be assisting Yamato. Yamato probably is gonna do the Luffy move. He's gonna say, "No, I don't want to take you," but they are gonna follow Yamato anyway. That's why I think it will happen. And because of doing this, we definitely will see Yamato again in the story. We will definitely see Ulti and Page 1 again in the story, and Tama again in the story at the end, probably with Momo, helping Momo, and in the final stages of the destroying of the world, for example, or the awakening of the ancient weapons and all those things. But Who is Who, on the other side, needs to go as well because he's been introduced in this story again, and he needs to be there, just present to see what's gonna happen with the concept of the slaves. Okay, let's do this. These are gonna be the legs here. This kind of CP9 legs that he has. Okay. There's gonna be two tones when we do the coloring of Who is Who. Okay. It's gonna be red. It's gonna be a little bit of yellow on the sides. We do now. When you are drawing, always try to have some sort of nice sketch like this, and then try to define all the details that you want to have for your character with fine liner, with pen, with pilot, with beak. Okay, any brand that you have is good for this. I have been creating a new playlist in the channel lately that is called Learn How To, that I'm gonna put here. This is a playlist for people who has no idea about drawing, for people who always thought, I am not good at drawing, I am not gonna be able to draw anything in my life, I was never good and I will never be good. So that playlist that I put there is a step-by-step easy way of learning how to draw, how to do your characters like this. Obviously, I'm drawing cartoon style always, more kind of comic cartoon style, fantasy. But following those steps, you can even develop your skills up to hyper-realistic if you want. all the steps are the same on how you draw a face, how you draw a body, how you draw line of action, and more videos that I'm gonna be posting. That is an idea I have to every now and then put 1 or 2 videos so you can improve your skills and do small exercises at home. Okay, so I invite you to have a look to those videos if you want to learn. Even if you think that you can't do it, I can guarantee you that by doing that video exercise a couple of times, you are going to be able to draw. Okay, you are going to be able to level up your drawing skills if you think you have none. Okay, so I find it very useful when I was teaching this in schools, in high schools, in universities, in private schools, so at different levels, you know, from kids to older generations, all of them were able, from no skills, from 0 skills, to be able to draw. So I invite you to check that and give feedback as well in the videos, and ask for things that you want to learn. For example, as well, how to draw eyes, or how to draw different types of, I don't know, teeth to do creatures like this, or beasts. All of those things may be coming if you want to see them in the channel. Okay, so I invite you to watch the videos and to ask what do you want to see as well. Okay, let's keep drawing here a little bit. We are gonna do this massive lion mane that he has, who has. I love the characters when they have this kind of hair, like with Weeble as well. That I want to see Weeble. What is he gonna be doing? The hair is gonna be pink. Okay, like Loki now in Wano. And let's do the tail as well. Like this, a little bit the floor. And as you can see, I'm kind of doing it quite loose. I don't want to be restricted for anything here. I just want to enjoy this type of drawing. I love it. The chunky characters like this, the big characters like this, I love to draw them, and I want to be quite free, like Luffy, to be able to draw it without having to worry much about specific details or a specific kind of very accurate details for the character. I just want to do something like this, that it makes me feel at ease while drawing the characters. It is time for adding color, I would say. First of all, so I don't forget, I will do the tattoo on the front. And for that, we have the purple. This is pure purple. Let's do a little bit of sharpening first. Okay. Who is who as well is shown in many moments of the story, kind of wearing, having with him a katana. I don't recall right now any moment from manga or from anime of him basically using it, I would say. As well, if you have any of those images, or you know for sure that he used it at some point, feel free to put it in the show more section down below, and we can see, because I don't remember he just used it anytime. Maybe he was just wearing it for decoration, for the concept of, oh, look how cool we are here in Wano, all of us have katanas like Luffy when we arrived, that Luffy as well had this Sandai Kitetsu, no, Nidai Kitetsu, second generation, and he was just running around like he was a samurai, and that's it. But we haven't seen that with Who is Who at all. I think he's just carrying it around for the sake of decoration, and that's it. But yeah, anyway, I have to say as well that I love his crew. His crew has this motif of cat theme. All the girls with the cat outfits, like Catwoman in Batman, all the guys with the cat outfits as well, and the cat aspects. Some of them look like minks, I would say. Maybe some minks join him, or they have some lesser fruits, maybe smaller fruits, or fruits from Kaido that they are fake fruits created by Caesar. They may be one of those, but they look quite nicely done. They look quite realistic and quite real. So, or they are minks, I would say, or they are basically someone with a fruit, maybe of a tiger fruit that we haven't seen in One Piece yet, but maybe it's not as developed in strength like with Rokushiki, you know, 6 techniques and all these things like he has, like Jabura has, like Rob Rucci has, and that's why the guys there in his crew, they don't look like bulky and strong guys. They look more like funny minks because maybe they are not fighters. They are maybe just cheerleaders. We don't see any kind of fight from them or you know, any kind of importance from them, just apart from being a support for who is who. We haven't seen them doing anything, basically, just a little bit of support and being around him and making him look cool, like, you know, like as I said before, like a little bit of bad guy, mafia guy, and yeah, it's cool, it's very, very cool, but yeah, I don't know why. The other guys that we see with the rest of the Tobiropo as well, they have, they are following their own kind of captains or their own leaders in those groups, but again, it is not something like major. We don't see anything major happening with them, okay? But I like the designs. I love the designs. The minks are very nicely done in the story of One Piece, and to see minks outside of the minks group on Sunisha, or to see Gyojins outside of Gyojin Island, it is something that I always loved, because One Piece, even if Oda touches a lot of important and radical themes and very delicate themes like racism and things like this, we have seen people being very inclusive in One Piece. To be someone that you are a hateful pirate, you have no regard for respect or anything like that, like, I don't know, like this guy is a bad guy, and he should be a bad guy and you should hate him. But then you see he has this kind of mink, looking very nice guy there, protecting his colleague here, his nakama here. And I always question, maybe he's not that bad. One Piece has these things that it's kind of giving rebirth to characters or to bad guys to later to show you, maybe this guy is not that bad. Or maybe even if he's bad, you can learn how to like him or how to love him. Like with Buggy as well. Buggy, if you think about it, Buggy at the beginning was absolutely disgusting character, and he was destroying towns, killing people, and it is nicely portrayed in the live action. In the live action with Buggy, he is a problem. I had to do a pause there, because in the live action, it is, you can see the town, how they are chained into the circus enclosure, and they are scared. So that is fear, what you can see. That is a very nice scene, and it gives a lot of power to Buggy. And then Buggy, because the joke and everything has become more of a clown in the sense of character, I think he's gonna be at the top of the world. I'm gonna put a Buggy theory here. I think he's gonna be king of the world. I think he's gonna go to the very, 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 very top. But to be honest, what is going on with this kind of characters, like we end up loving so much? Like, we are talking about who is who, we are talking about Kaido. I think there is gonna be a Kaido comeback. I think he is not defeated. I know you may think, oh my god, you're always telling that this guy's gonna come back and the other guy's gonna come back. So for me, all of the guys are gonna come back. I'm not saying all of the guys are gonna come back like that, but there are specific characters in the story that I think they should come back, even if it's just to see something happening in the story, like who is who, to see how Nika ends up destroying the oppression and destroying the world government. He could see from far or watch from his TV on the other side of the world, how Nika is destroying the world government. That is something that I think it needs to happen. And as well as this, because I said that we are talking about Kaido as well, and the Kaido's crew, we need to see the return of Kaido, the acknowledgement of Kaido, seeing, oh, you are actually Joy Boy, because Luffy is Joy Boy, and Luffy is Nika. Luffy is like a trio of characters, and all of these, we want it or we don't want it, is representing things from the Catholicism, from the religion, and everything. We want it or we don't want it. There are examples from the Bible taken as well to see the concept of the Adam tree, the forbidden fruit, that is the akuma no mi. There is a lot of reference that Oda is taking from Catholic religion, and from Christianism, and from other religions as well. From all religions, he's taking references and creating his own lore, and I love it. But Kaido, as a man who thought he may be some sort of gatekeeper for Joy Boy, because he realized he wasn't Joy Boy, he needs to be there. He needs to show up again, and I'm gonna put the Kaido video here, and if I can't put it here, I will put it in the show more section. But someone like that, at that power of level, he needs to be next to Luffy when he is gonna enter Marijua. And even if he's not gonna go and fight, because we don't wanna see more fight from Kaido. We don't wanna see Kaido fighting against, I don't know, Jupiter or whoever in the Gorosei, or against Garling. We don't wanna see that. What we wanna see is Luffy trying to go into the whatever, and then someone strong trying to stop him, and Kaido kicking him out of the way, okay? And say, you are not gonna see my fight on screen, but carry on, go inside, fight them all, and I will hold this one here, but we are not gonna see it, okay? We don't need to see that, because we already seen Kaido fighting. We know that he's strong, like he's basically the strongest, but something like that, because Nika, because Joy Boy, because the concept of the slavery, because the concept of freedom, because the concept of Joy Boy, the hero of liberation and everything. We need to see some aspects like that. Okay. I need Brown to do some small details before we finish. Okay. I have it here. I have it. Yeah. So this is gonna be a little bit like making like the fur here in this side like this, okay, to create a little bit of details, not much, but details like this on the whites, okay, like this, even here on the face a little bit like this, yeah. And I think now the time has come to add a little bit of black, that you know that I always love to add the polychromos to do the details. Okay. As I said before, I wanna know your opinion about who is who. You know that when we reach this point that I'm adding the black tones around, we are almost finished. So I want to know your opinion about this guy. I want to see what do you think about the whole development with the fruit as well. I want to know, did you like that he was carrying the fruit, that we introduce all the story with Shanks and the fruit and the Lucky Roo part with like this? It can be very interesting. I want to see as well if you like the transformation. Oda loves to kind of reutilize characters every now and then, and it makes sense that someone like this, I'm gonna make this like in manga, that they do like this a little bit. They do like this to make it scary like this. Yeah, like this. yeah, as I was saying, all of these things that are happening with kind of Nika introduction, the concept of the fruit, the Gomu Gomu, the transportation of the Gomu Gomu, all of those things that happened in the past, I think it is very, very needed for the story, and I love to see it, but I want to know your opinion as well, as a reader of the story, as a One Piece fan as well. What do you think about these aspects, and if you like it, or if you would have like someone else doing this as well, the comparison that you have between Rob Rucci and here who is who, because it is obvious that this guy was supposed to be the Rob Rucci of the time. Just recalculating a little bit there. But as I said, yeah, I wanna know your opinion. I wanna know what you think about the guy. I wanna know what you think about the development of his story. And I think to be a newish character introduced to the story, like we didn't know much about him. He wasn't a major character anywhere at any point. I think Oda kind of gave him some kind of a stage. He gave him some sort of importance, and I liked it. I know not all of the characters in One Piece or in any story can have importance, but Oda kind of brought this guy from out of the blue. He gave him the concept of the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and he didn't know. Probably he didn't even know what he was transporting, but later he realized, and he knew the price that he had to pay. He had to learn all of this, being with Kaidou later, and being in prison later as well. So we see a lot of lore and a lot of development happening with this guy, and I love it. I said to you at the beginning, is one of my favorite Kaido pirates. I think I prefer him before Jack, Queen, and King is very cool. I like King a lot, and I like his development with the concept of Nika as well, and the concept of Joy Boy as well. So, but apart from King, from Kaido's crew, I would say Yamato, King, Kaido itself, obviously. And then who is who? The rest of the guys, for me, are a little bit random. Even, I don't know, Page 1 is quite nice. Ulti is quite nice as well. Those guys are very nice guys. But if I have to choose, obviously I have to choose one. Who is who? Who is epic, is very brutal. He suffered the consequences of the world government. Like, if you do not do a nice job for me, being the world government, I am gonna capture you, and I'm gonna throw you in the depths of the world, imprisoned, and you're not gonna escape. And if you escape, I'm gonna send all my power to go and capture you. So, it is very nice. It is very nice, and I even may do another video about him, talking about many other things that we may have missed here, or talking about an update once the Yamato story is gone, is finished, with what's gonna happen with him, or with what happened to him actually, the real final story for him. Okay, I may do that. It can be interesting. Feel free to say it in the comment section if you want to see more, or if you don't want to see more about him as well. Okay, so I do what I fancy doing in the channel, but I want to open conversation as well. And obviously, if you're not interested in a character, a specific character, we can close that one as well. But yeah, I can't wait to see the mini story reaching an end, because now, with Yamato being asked for these two guys, oh, we're gonna follow you, we owe you, they're gonna be his retainers now, that like we had Kinemon and company being Oden's retainers. We are gonna have, when Yamato is basically the only and one Momo retainer. Okay, so if Yamato is having retainers, it can be interesting, but you need to build Momo's army with epic people, and who can be more epic than guys like this from the Tobiropo? Yeah. So I would even say that I don't discard the idea that Yamato, being a superior Zoan, being a mythological Zoan, makes this guy bend the knee, or kind of tells some stories about Nika, or confesses, or kind of shares that Luffy is actually Nika, you should be following us, and he ends up basically going with them or something. I would like it as well. Obviously, I want him to take the crew and all these guys because they are very cool and very funny as well, and I like them a lot. But there are 1,000 ideas there that can happen. We can't be in Oda's mind, so we do not know what will happen at the end for real. But look at that. That is amazing. That is amazing. And kind of making this top, like as I said before, like a manga, scary, like when he's very massive and you are very tiny here, and he's like, oh my god, he's gonna eat me. You only see teeth there and the eyes. I just need to add some details for the face. So we pop a little bit the face like this, make it pop a little bit. You see all the things like that. This is our who is who. Kind of talking about who is who in this video, talking about his past, talking about his present, talking about his possible future, if he's gonna have any, and he's not gonna be killed by Yamato, we don't know. Okay, like this, nice. Nice. I know I say this a lot, but probably this may be one of my favorite drawings, together with the Rob Rucci drawing and Vista drawing and some of those guys. This may be one of my favorite. It looks very nice. This is exactly the type of character or the type of shape on a character that I like to draw when doing the videos, because it makes me feel more at ease while drawing. And at the same time, it lets me enjoy more the drawing. Do like this part as well, like this, a little bit, okay? Feel free to ask any question, One Piece related, art related, movies related. Feel free to watch the rest of the videos in the channel and see if there is something specific that you want to see as well. Ask if you have a favorite series. Oh my god, can you talk about this series? Yes, I will investigate, and if I already watch it, I will talk about the series as well. I'm doing videos about multiple things at the same time, so I don't do only One Piece or only sketchbook tours and things like this, so we have different things that we can watch, okay? That is what I like to watch as well, what I like to do. You know, I love fantasy, mythology, epic fantasy, action, medieval. So I am a fan of video games as well. I play video games as well. So I'm thinking about doing one or two about nice video games I've been playing at the moment. And yeah, so feel free, please, to open conversation and ask me if you want to see something specific, or if you want to ask me One Piece questions as well that you don't know or you want to have a little bit more clear, let's open conversation. I always enjoy a nice One Piece talk, and you can see in some of the comments that I go into there. I don't stop talking and don't stop kind of trying to figure out what may be the truth of this character or the other character, okay? This is almost done, just a couple of lines for this other hand, and we are finished for today, okay? Let's do this bit like this. I love it. This one, I love it. Who is who? Okay. Okay. A little bit of shadow here as well on the floor in black to make him more tenebrous. And yeah, we are finished for today. Let's sign. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragonscape. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoyed the kind of path and analysis of the character, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much, bye!